Hello everyone, and welcome to my Mob Psycho Season 2, Episode 5 review. My god, this was an amazing episode. Let's begin. So it starts off with Mob in this, alternate world where he's made to not have any psychic abilities, and none of the friends he's made in his real life are there. None of the people who look up to him, his brother, doesn't care about him. It's all set up how the real world would be, and basically they're just bullying the crap out of this kid. Mob gets bullied so hard in this episode. I was afraid for his mental health. He gets far gone. But before we get there, the girl that Mob and Mogami are inside of right now, the Asagiri, I think, this little rich girl, she's in this world too, and she's also being portrayed in the way that she actually is. And so it's made to be like she's a new student, and Mob's in this school, and she treats Mob like garbage. I mean, she bullies the hell out of this kid. I don't know what her problem is, but apparently Mogami's like, this is how she really is. This is how all people are. You'll soon learn that people are not worth protecting and the world is cruel and all this stuff. And Mob slowly gets taken into this. Even the teachers treat Mob horribly. He gets slapped in the face for not knowing the answer to a question and then made to stand there like an idiot while people throw stuff at him. I don't know how any sane person could go through this and come out alright, because this was too much for Mob. He's never experienced... he's had people bully him, but he's always had his friends to help him. And I think that's the contrast we're trying to show, is that he doesn't have his friends this time. And we see this when we see him getting bullied, and Mob's brother, Ritsu, just looks and keeps walking. Doesn't give a crap that he's being bullied. And it shows that Mob relies heavily on the people around him to help him, to make him happy. And he never really relies on his powers. And Mogami notices that he never uses his powers for anything. He's like, well, I'm going to show you then how the real world is. And it's just like, wow, he's in here getting bullied for a long time. Meanwhile, Reagan and Dimple are just waiting for Mob to come back. The girl that he's inside of is just collapsed and just out of it. And Reagan doesn't want to leave. Dimple's like, we gotta get the hell out of here because it's been too long. Mob should have taken care of it already. He's not gonna do it, so we need to get out of here. And Reagan trusts Mob completely. He said, no, he'll do it. He'll do it, just wait. I'm just gonna wait here for him. And it's it really shows how much Reagan believes in Mob, which is nice, because that's what Mob needs, people who believe in him. So we get a little bit of info on Mogami's backstory and why he does the things he does. Supposedly he was consulting people and exorcising spirits as a psychic when his mom got an illness. He didn't have the money to pay for it, so he started doing dirty jobs, killing people for money and stuff. And she ended up dying anyways. But then when she died, she became an evil spirit, because all of the issues that he was bringing and all of the negative emotions he was feeling and how he was being used by people, all the negativity, it's what killed his mom, basically. I think that's what it said. It gave her the illness, and then she died and became an evil spirit herself. And he took all of that on himself, it was my fault, all of this stuff. So he started going around absorbing evil spirits, and then he killed himself to become an evil spirit, so that he can torture those or attack those and hurt those who hurt other people. So people who use others, who do bad things. And he did this, he possessed this little girl, because apparently she's a really horrible little girl. So he possessed her to torment her, and then also to torment all these self-proclaimed psychics who are frauds. But Mob's not a fraud, and that's why he took him in, and he's like, I'm going to change you, and I'm going to make you into my sympathizer by showing you how evil the world is. So it was really interesting that we got that backstory on him. So Mob's been in here for 6 months. He's been getting bullied, like horribly bullied, for 6 months. There was a story in the news the other day about a kid that killed himself because he was being bullied for like his glasses, his weight, something else I can't remember. He's being bullied and he took his own life. And this episode really shows the torment that some people go through when they're getting bullied. You see Mob in his room, and he's just like, he just can't take it anymore, and he can't do anything about it. He has no friends, no allies, no powers, no strength of his own, and yet he doesn't just end his life or anything. He doesn't fight back. He doesn't end his life. He just takes it, and he keeps taking it until he's feeding a cat some milk. And the stupid Agiri girl, Asogiri, whatever her name is, and her bullies, they show up, and they're like, oh, why are you feeding this cat? You shouldn't feed strays. And they beat Mob up because of this. For no reason, they're beating him up. And this happens in the real world as well. But I noticed, I heard in the manga that the bullies stabbed and killed the cat. Like, they actually killed the cat that he was feeding, which is messed up. I guess I understand why they didn't include that in this episode, but it would have made it more impactful if they did, because it'd been like, wow, these kids aren't just bullies, they're like evil, they're like psychopaths. I mean, they beat up Mob horribly. They kicking him in the ribs, punching him, sitting on him, whatever they do, I don't know, like, they just completely pummel this poor kid. And Mogami is just pressuring Mob, like, hurt them, show them a lesson. And Mob, he doesn't want to use his powers against people. But he's been in here for 6 months dealing with this horrible torment. And it's like, he's at his breaking point, pretty much. Dimple was gonna leave, but then Reagan says, like, hey, Mob trusted you too. And he trusts me, and I'm gonna trust Mob. So what are you gonna do? And Dimple decides, you know what? I'm gonna give him some backup. So he decides to help Mob, which was a really nice thing for him to do. So while Dimple's about to go in, Mob's still getting the crap beat out of him when he just explodes. When Mogami is like, use your power, I'm gonna give you your power back, now use it to hurt them and kill them. I think he wanted Mob to kill them. And he exploded in the most epic way possible. Everyone's flying off of him, his clothes are ripping to shreds, and he's just like, he comes up. He's the most dark I've ever seen Mob. Like, he comes up, apologize, like, beating them up, like, say you're sorry, and they're all in fear, cowering, and you can see that Mob is not the same anymore. This isn't Mob anymore. This is something dark. This is something evil. Dimple's still trying to get in, and he can't do it. He's not powerful enough. He has no idea how Mob even got inside of this person, because there's like a shield or something. But then he feels a rush of power, and he makes it in, because the guy from Claw, I don't remember his name, but he's the one who handles evil spirits, like he keeps them as pets. He gave Dimple a little bit extra power to get in. And so he's in the sidelines helping them a little bit, which is really cool. So while Dimple gets in, Mob's threatening this girl, telling her to apologize. And she's like, I'm sorry. And Mob suddenly gets hit in the back of the head hard. I mean, there's blood sprays everywhere. Also in the manga, he doesn't get hit in the head, I don't think. He gets stabbed. The girl actually stabs Mob, which is really messed up. I would have loved if they kept that in, because that would have really showed how far bullies can go sometimes. How far they're willing to go to keep their status, to hold on to their image of being more powerful than you. And it's actually really interesting now that I think about it. There's this whole thing going on with like toxic masculinity and all this crap where guys are bullies, guys are always overpowering other people and stuff. But we get this anime episode where it's actually a woman that's bullying a guy. And I mean bullying to the point of like pouring milk on him, calling him names, pushing him around. And so it shows you that guys aren't always the bullies. Women are bullies too. Anybody can be a bully. Anybody can succumb to negative thoughts like that and to like overpower other people and to make yourself thinking that you're better than others. Anybody can feel that. It's not based on guys and girls. It could be anybody. Dimple comes in, and it comes in out of this guy's nose because Mob's choking some guy, the guy that hit him in the head. And Dimple comes out of his nose like snot, and Mob's like, what? The snot's talking to me? And Dimple's like, okay, I don't know how long you've been in here, but I can't believe that you've fallen for all of these illusions. I'm here to help you get your memories back. He punches Mob right in the freaking face and wakes Mob up. Mob starts getting his memories back of who he is, but Mogami says it doesn't matter if you got your memories back. Everything that's happened, the 6 months that's happened, will forever be etched into your heart, which is true. He'll never forget the bullying he received in this world. He'll never forget it. But even though he knows how cruel the world can be, Mob still knows that life is still worth living and there's people still worth protecting. And he realizes how blessed he is to have the life that he has in real life. His friends, his allies, his brother. And he says, I need to be more thankful for the things that I have because I'm very fortunate. And it's such a heartwarming moment. And a heartwarming episode as a whole. I mean, it's epic. It gets epic from here on out. But just to see how real, it's such real world concepts that people go through stuff like this. And it's just amazing that anime can explain these things and show these things for everyone to watch and learn from. So the battle begins. Mob versus Mogami. And it is freaking epic as hell. I don't know what budget they're using. They're using their budget from My Hero Academia or something. But Studio Bones just nailed it with this episode. I mean, they went all out. It was epic from beginning to end. The battle between Mob and Mogami. Mob going to 99%, getting to 100, and everything escalates more and more and more from there. Just when it looks like Mob's gonna lose, he hears Asagiri's voice. The girl that he originally was trying to help, and then learns that she's an evil, horrible person. But he knows she's still in need of help. And even despite the fact that she treated him like complete garbage, he was going to help her still, and he still goes to help her. It's amazing to show how genuine and good-hearted Mob is. And this awakens his 100%. He goes 100%. I don't know what... I think it's courage was the emotion that popped up, and he turned into a shonen character. His eyes turned into shonen anime eyes. He was a complete new man, and my god was he powerful. The fight is epic. Everything happens so fast, and you see just how outmatched Mogami is. Like, Mob's kicking this guy's butt. And in the end, Mob destroys him. Mob destroys Mogami. But then Mogami says, like, oh, my vessel has been destroyed, so now all the evil spirits are unleashed, and I can't control them. So now Mob is up against, like, a huge onslaught of evil spirits. And he's starting to lose in a way. He was doing really good. He was taking a lot of them out, but it became too much, and it was not enough for him to handle. Dimple says, like, I'm getting out of here. You do what you can. We'll be waiting for you on the other side. And Mob's like, okay, I'm going all out. Mob goes crazy. I mean, he unleashes power that we have not seen him unleash before. He goes all out. His power goes up and up and up. He's unleashing things like we've never seen, and then it's just not enough. It's just not enough. I mean, the evil spirits are too strong, and they unleash like this nuclear explosion. It destroys the entire world that Mob is in, and it destroys Mob's vessel. He gets destroyed. But what comes next is epic. Even though his vessel was destroyed, it unleashed Mob's potential. It released the sleeping monster that's inside Mob, which is the 3 question marks percentage. Where we don't know what percentage Mob is at, and all you see is just like this evil looking entity that doesn't talk. And we don't know what it did. I hate that we don't know what it did because Mob wakes up and it's over. He won. What happened? How fast did he beat these evil spirits and not even know it because he was like, it wasn't really him? This thing is powerful, and I can't wait to see this thing be unleashed. And if Mob can ever control it, maybe someday. But my god, this thing was... It won. It beat Mogami, it beat the evil spirits, and Mob won in the end. Mogami tries to escape, and that guy who controls spirits as pets, like, takes him. Like, nope, you're not going anywhere, buddy. Taking you right here. Thank you guys so much for a new evil spirit. I'm out. And he leaves with a Mogami in a capsule thing. So I don't know if that's the end of Mogami. Maybe we'll see him again. But what an episode. Like, everything's back to normal. Mob saved the girl's life. And at first the girl was like, oh, thank you for saving me. And Mob's like, are you really always like that? Like, and I know he means like how cruel she was. He's like, are you really like that? And she's just like, yeah, I'm sorry. And pats him on the shoulder and walks away. I'm like, what? But then she starts crying. And she's just sobbing. And she says, I am so sorry for the way I She says, I'm so sorry I treated you so bad. And apologizing. She's sobbing. And Mob says, it's okay. I understand. And she's like, and she doesn't know what he means. He's like, I understand now that people can change. So no matter how horrible, I'm saying like she was demonic on Mob. Despite that, she could change and become a better person and learn from this experience. She became a good person, and Mob sees that people can change for the better. And he's not supposed to see them as evil and good and evil. That no matter what, people change. And he can change too. He said the people around me can change me. They've made me a better person. And in turn, I've made you a better person. And that's amazing. I love that lesson in this episode. So the girl's father is alive. He's in the hospital. I don't know how the hell he survived this. He had to be bleeding out for a while there. But the girl's talking about it, and the guy's like, the father says, I didn't hire any middle school students. Like, it's crazy that he just happened to be there and be the only one to save you. And she's like, wow, it's so cool. And I think she has a little crush on Mob. He's got 2 or 3 girls now that have a crush on him. Like, way to go. Way to go, Mob. But the father of Asagiri wasn't able to find Mob. He doesn't know where he came from, so he was researching and found the Psycho Helmet religion. The religious people that are looking for Mob as well. And so he gave them the reward money, and they were complaining about like not having any money to start the religion, and now they got a buttload of money. So it's interesting, like, is this... These events are connecting, everything that happens are connecting, and it's coming into something bigger, I think, down the future. So it's going to be interesting to see where that leads. So we're back in the office with Reagan and the gang, and Reagan's like, you know what, I didn't take the reward because I didn't feel like we should have gotten a reward. Too many people got hurt to accept an award that big. And Dimple's like, are you sure you didn't take it just so you wouldn't have to take responsibility? Which is probably why he actually didn't take the money. But he said, no, like, I don't need... A lot of money corrupts people. Power corrupts people, as you've seen with Mogami. Power corrupted him. And so you should not have that mindset of being more powerful or being more rich, because it will corrupt you. Which is a good lesson from Reagan, even though he is a scam artist. Like, I love how he gives so many good lessons, but he's a bad person himself, pretty much. So that was it for this episode. It was amazing. The animation, the music, everything was so brilliant. And it's such a way to start the year for anime. And it's so amazing that Mob Psycho 100 gets to be the anime that has the first great episode of this year. It's such an underlooked anime. Like, not many people know about this anime, I feel like, compared to One Punch Man and Naruto and Boruto and My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan. Mob Psycho is kind of like it's like the underdog of all these series. And I hate that, because this is an amazing series. The animation's amazing, the music, the art direction, the storytelling, everything. it's so great, and the humor plays a big role in this story, and it's perfect as well. So I'm giving this episode 100% for sure. This episode definitely deserves 100. Because Mob went 100 and beyond for this episode, and so did their budget apparently. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Check out my gaming review or gaming playthroughs. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and The Walking Dead. Haven't been posting very much of it because I've been caught up with so many reviews lately. I'm gonna upload the Broly review pretty soon. And also the January, I'm reviewing the month of January as well. So that'll be coming up soon. And then I'll get back into focusing on gameplay videos because that's where I want to get back into. But still going to be reviewing this episode every single week. Boruto has gotten out of filler. And we're out of the stupid freaking Mitsuki arc going into another filler episode. So I'll be reviewing Boruto when it's done with filler, and apparently it's not done with filler yet, so we'll get to that one eventually. But anyways, guys, thank you so much, and have a great one.